Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about karmic relationship. Karmic relationship are a really requested topic because a lot of us struggle in building healthy relationship in general. With this video, I just want to present you a concept that hopefully you're going to transcend by the end of this video, because the focus should never be on a label but should be on a broader perspective, on the lessons that we're learning, and then to building healthy relationship in general. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about the concept of karmic relationship. We cannot understand karmic relationship unless we understand the concept of karma. By the way, I did an entire video about it on Neyah Insights if you guys want to check it out. Karma in Sanskrit means action. Therefore, karma is nothing but the law of action. Usually people in the spiritual community, and not only in the spiritual community, associate karmic relationship with past life, because we are talking about the accumulation of actions through the existence of the soul. But in reality, think about it. You take action every day. You interact with people every day. Your karma, it's also in this incarnation. Not because it's the sum up of your past life, but simply because you are building karma while you're living. And each and every relationship is a karmic relationship in essence, because you are interacting with another soul. Now, on a more narrow perspective, usually karmic relationships are labeled to be relationships that we encounter many times during many incarnations, if you believe in past life, with those souls from who we learn the lessons from. Usually, karmic relationships are very strong in essence. Why? Because we met these people, or better, we met these souls so many times that we feel a sense of familiarity, or like I wrote down in my book, a karmic pull towards them, because we encountered them thousands of times. Now, we have to distinguish between karmic relationship and then chemistry and hormones that is caused from a certain age, and that will be a video on its own, because some people unfortunately confuse the hormones or chemical reaction of our body with soul connection. But we have to understand that yes, the identification of the body is completely illusionary, but at the same time, we do have a body that has biological functions, which is reproduction is one of them. So our hormones and chemicals are going to play in this existence as well. So let's not forget this. But on a more spiritual perspective, in a very narrow way, karmic relationship, like I wrote down in my book, and I'm quoting my book in this particular case, are largely experienced when we keep looking for love outside of ourselves, without any healing done and without any pause to reflect. When we always blame our ex-partner for making us suffer. When we just jump into a new relationship, hoping it will be different without changing anything about ourselves or any behavior whatsoever. So as you can see, usually karmic relationships appear in our life when we still come from a sense of lack. Because on a broader perspective, the soul doesn't really conclude outcomes. This is a negative relationship. This is a positive relationship. On a soul level, every relationship is positive, because even the negative for us, it's only a catalyst for expansion and soul growth. Actually, the soul knows that builds up energetically what we call karma, meaning it sums up a lot of action to learn certain lessons, and sometimes they are from past life. In other words, you have been in a certain way in a past life, you have done certain things, that accumulated energy that the soul must release in order to expand and ascend to a higher state of awareness. So what happens on an earthly perspective is that you keep meeting this type of people, or you keep meeting people because you come from a vibration of lack, thinking that another person will complete you, and the person that shows up usually teaches you the opposite lesson. So that's why people struggle a lot with karmic relationship. We have to understand, like Carl Jung used to say, that everybody is a mirror to us, not only to influence the relationship. So every time that we encounter somebody, we need to understand the mirror effect. What this person is mirroring about me, literally mirroring about myself, but also metaphorically speaking, what this person is mirroring to me. Usually people encounter a lot of karmic relationship, and some of us will take lifetimes to understand how to build a healthy relationship. I wrote down an entire book about this subject called Love Just Is. And by the end of the book, I also invite people to transcend label and to just concentrate on building a healthy relationship that can be considered healthy and holy in essence. Going back to karmic relationship, you can see that karma, it's nothing but action. But the real problem, we can say, the real issue on our human perspective is that we forget that we are not separated from source. So karmic relationship appear in our existence when we are asleep. Literally, when we are not awakened and we seek love in all the wrong direction, because we think that another person is going to complete us, and obviously this other person, it's gonna come in our life because we are vibration to that person without overly romanticize this relationship. So when we are asleep, we are mostly unconscious, and we tend to mistake false love with true love. That's why I can't stress enough the importance of this beautiful self-discovery. Reason why the ancient Egyptians used to write on the walls of many temples, "Know thyself, and you shall know the kingdom of the gods." We have to live life consciously because, like I said before, we build our karma each and every day. We are writing the records of our existence, and living consciously, operating on a conscious level when we are not only aware that we're not separated from source on a mind perspective conceptually, but we know this with all our beings. And every time that we encounter a person, we know that this person is an entire universe on his own. And we decide to build relationship where we are all aligned with our true source. And we just share love because we feel love, and we just take the other person as part of ourselves. And we build a connection of sharing love. That's when we're going to build what we call soulmate relationship, or without any label, healthy relationship. So as you can see, karmic relationships are simply the opposite. Many people ask me, but how do I get rid of karmic relationship? Karmic relationships are so toxic, are so abusive. The reality of the story is that you have to learn from this relationship. This relationship are opportunities for expansion. And met so many people outside that they're not aware of this type of dynamic of the soul, or simply aware of how the universe works. They reject completely these people, this karmic relationship, thinking they are the bad ones, I am the victim, they abused me. Now, obviously, I'm not asking you to condone abuse or mental abuse or physical abuse. Always denounce this type of behavior. But at the same time, on your conscious level, be aware that you attracted to a certain degree that experience in your life. And it's okay, I'm not condoning the action. But through forgiveness, we learn freedom and we become free. And we learn how to attract, or better than the word attract, we learn how to build a healthy relationship. Karmic relationships are difficult. They shouldn't necessarily be pushed away, but they should be just another experience that the soul is having for learning. For instance, I'm going to do this example. Let's say that Anne, this girl, meets Mark, this nice guy. They fall in love. There is this karmic pull going on. They think always about each other, and they think they are soulmates because the familiarity with this person is so good. It's too good to be true. But at the same time, they're not considering their own core values. They're not considering what they want to build in life. They don't even consider that person for what it really is, a structured universe on its own. They just fall in love, which is beautiful in essence. But But then after the honeymoon phase passes, Anne realized that she doesn't feel understood by Mark because perhaps they don't share the same core values. And that's where things start to get tricky, because perhaps Mark is gonna start manipulating her because he doesn't want to lose her. And therefore, the manipulation and abuse can start to various degree. This happens because two people don't think about the other person as a different, separate universe. They just fall in love and think the chemistry and the familiarity is enough for sustaining a healthy relationship. Life doesn't work this way. We are all building karma each and every day. And the more we become conscious of who we are and the fact that the love is only experienced within ourselves, the other person is only there to remind us that we're capable of loving. But the love, we don't need another person to feel love necessarily. When we understand this, we are aligning with the energy that creates universes. And when we understand this, we are aligning ourselves towards healthy relationship. That's how we forgive, we move on from karmic relationship. Now, this topic is so vast. That's why I wrote an entire book about it. The only thing that I will invite you to do, guys, is to meditate and discover for yourself if a relationship is worth pursuing or not, because no tarot reader, no psychic can reveal you the future in that sense. If you think that you go to a psychic or a tarot reader and be sure and safe that that person is your one and only and you're always going to be together, you are setting up for failure. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that for experience and for what I noticed with my clients, because no one on earth can assure you that you're going to remain forever with that person, because our relationship has to do with putting the effort. Our relationship has to do with sharing love, with taking the other person as part of yourself, and vice versa. The other person takes you as part of yourself. You share a third entity that is the relationship. And this can only come from maturity. It can only come from your own personal alignment. So as you can see, karmic relationships are every time the relationship that comes when we don't look at ourselves and we are seeking love in all the wrong places. I hope this video made some sense for you guys. If you want to know more about soulmates, twin soul, karmic relationship, and how to build healthy relationship in your life, the link is down below. Please check my book that it's also available on Amazon and Amazon Kindle, Love Just Is. And in the meantime, keep in mind, you are never wrong if you follow love. Bless everyone.